All right, we're starting on chapter 2, which is mostly polynomials. This week we are going to look at polynomial functions, look at their graphs, writing equations, given some zeros. I do have a couple of slides I want you to read before you really get into this video, or at least have them in front of you. I talk about end behavior here. I give visuals with it, so that'll help out hopefully. Finding intercepts, we're going to be factoring, plugging in 0 for x and solving for the y-intercept we'll define. Multiplicity is something that you need to understand as well, but again, these slides you can read through. So, looking at these, I'm asking you to rough sketch of the graph. We're going to apply the leading coefficient test, which we'll talk about, find the intercepts, x and y intercepts, plot the intercepts, and then we're going to just draw a rough curve through the points we've plotted. We're going to think about multiplicity though. So we have x cubed minus 9x. The first thing I want to do is apply the leading coefficient test, which is right here. So we're going to decide how the end behavior is going to be. My function is an odd function, and it's a positive 1. So it's an odd function, and the a value is positive. Whatever's out front is what you're looking at. So it's odd and positive. So that means we are left, we are down, right, we are up. That's how we are finishing the graph. Starting and finishing the graph, you can draw those arrows in there now if you want. Doesn't matter when they get drawn in there. That's how you're going to start and finish the graph, though, left to right. Next, we need to find the intercept. So we factor. Take out an x, we have x squared minus 9 left over. And then we continue factoring. We have x minus 3, x plus 3 is what we have. We have 3x intercepts, 0, 3, and negative 3. You can write them down here as well. 0, 0 is an x-intercept, 3, 0, negative 3, 0. Y-intercept is 0, 0. If the origin is your x-intercept, it is also your y-intercept. So we go ahead and plot those. 0, 0, or sorry, negative 3, 0, we'll go there first, 0, 0, and 3, 0. Now, each of these answers only show up one time. So multiplicity, we look back here, if it's an odd multiplicity, it only happens one time. It crosses the x-axis. It goes through the x-axis. So now we just got to connect some dots. And if your arrows don't match up, that's fine. Just get them going from there. But these curves are very rough curves. I'm not looking for anything very accurate. This is what I need. I need the end behavior drawn correctly. I need your points plotted through. And I need you either crossing or bouncing off the intercepts is what I need to see. Looking at another example. We have an odd function is your biggest exponent. We have a negative out front. So it's odd and negative. That flips the end behavior. So we're going to start up and we're going to work our way down left to right. I'm going to wait to hold off on drawing the arrows in because you saw how rough my graph looked in the last one. Now here, I'm going to take out a common factor. It's a negative x squared. I like to take out the negative with it. We've talked about that. My x-intercepts, my roots, my solutions are 0 and negative 5. Now here though, 0 pops up twice because of the 2. Negative 5 only pops up once. That's going to affect how we draw our graph. So we have 0, 0 again as our x-intercept. We have 0, negative 5. Y-intercept is also 0, 0. So we have negative 5. We got 0, 0. Now we start up, we said. We go through negative 5. We go back up to 0. We're going to bounce off 0 because it shows up 2 times. So we bounce off 0, and there's our rough sketch of our curve. Let's take a look at an even function, and we'll be good to go there. Now, this one, my exponents added up. If we were to multiply this out, we would end up with an x to the fourth. We would end up with an x to the fourth, so it is an even function, even degree polynomial, and it's a negative. We have a negative out front. I'm not going to try and trick you there. Even functions end in the same direction. Since it's ending negative, or since there's a negative out front, they both ends go down. Now, I'm factored. I got everything I need. I got x equals 2 and negative 2 are my solutions, and that's it. Now, both of these show up 2 times though. So that means at 2 and negative 2, we are going to bounce off those. Now, I do want to find an x-intercept as well, or sorry, y-intercept. We have my x-intercepts, negative 2, 0, and 2, 0. You plug in 0 for x, technically. So f of 0 is what we're technically looking at. It's a negative 2. We end up getting times negative 2 times 2. That just ends up being a positive 8. Sorry, we square, we end up with a negative, so 4, 16, negative 32, which this won't show up on the graph. That's okay. I still want you to identify it though, please. All right. So we draw our curve, start down, go up, bounce off negative 2, go down. Now, we know our y-intercept's at negative 32, so we could go all the way down here if you want. But we got to go back up at some point and bounce off. All right. Just draw a little bit better of a curve. I'm not looking for anything too crazy with this. All right, nothing completely accurate. So I would like you to find the y-intercept. Obviously, we're not plotting it. So that's it for drawing sketches of graphs. So you can check that out on your own in the worksheet.